Hello everybody, welcome, my name is Ursa, and look, patch 1.2.0 is out and we're about to dive into another game of Deity Civilization 7. If you don't know what this wonderful patch has done, go check out my other video where I go through it in detail. All you really need to know is that there have been a few changes with resources and a few changes with food. Food is now way more important than it used to be. Finally, dear audience, it's time to play possibly the worst leader in Civilization 7. Or is he the worst anymore? Time will tell. Pachacuti. Buildings receive 1 food adjacency for mountains. Specialists adjacent to mountains pay no happiness maintenance. Huzzah! Now, today we're going to be doing the old Scouty combo. Imago Mundi and Travels of Marco Polo to give the lovely combination of an extra site on the scout search and 50 gold for every 100 tiles explored. This will encourage me to explore the map. Why is this important? Pachacuti has a mountain bias. The other civilization that works with food and resources is Mississippi. Mississippi has a flat bias, so the chances are I will not start with any mountains at all, which could be a problem for Pachacuti. We need to go and explore the map, make sure we find where the mountains are, and make sure we settle them. Let's push this up to Deity difficulty, leave it on standard speed. Continence plus is fine, and I really want to see these resources fly, so we're going to go for huge map. It's also worth making sure we pick a balanced start position, just to try and make sure that we actually have a Mississippi Pachacuti friendly start. What's that I hear? A desperate longing for you to play alongside me? A craving of you to play with the user interface mods that I'm using? A desire from you to play the save file that I'm currently using? Well, both of those itches can be scratched if you join the Ursa Discord. The turn 1 save file, it will be there, along with a list of all of the mods that I'm using. What is this start? Okay, you're going to want to go and play this start. This looks epic. Look how tiered this is. Oh my lord. Get yourselves comfortable. Let's get going. It's turn 1, and we have a combination of abilities to consider quickly. Pachacuti wants to put buildings next to mountains. Mississippi wants to put buildings next to resources. So as long as there is either resource or mountains, we will have one of the two benefits. We can't get both. It's very unlikely we get both. And these abilities are important for a few reasons. We want to make sure we're using at least one of the two, because the food adjacency is all about the patch. 1.2.0, growth scaling. This is what you need to know. Previously, a settlement rarely got more than 7 rural population, because after 7 population, the food requirement to gain another population was so severely high you couldn't do it. It was nigh on impossible. Now, the population up till maybe 6 is slightly harder to get, but after that, it is way easier to get population. So we should be able to use these food bonuses to get some really severely large population in our empires. That's why resources and mountains are so important. Now, we don't have any mountains, but we do have resources, including cotton, possibly the best starting resource. Ivory is pretty decent, gypsum's pretty decent, and this is one of the new ones. Oh my lord, it's amazing. Flax, 2 science, 2 culture. This is one of the new resources, and that is insanely good. Okay, right, well, yep, these new resources are going to be fun to play with. I'm next to the water. It's only a lake. But again, the game has actually, to an extent, fixed city connections as long as one of them or both of them have water buildings in them. So actually settling next to this or near it is pretty good. Now, I'm going to have to move really far around to get inland. So I think I'm going to just settle in place. But that is epic. Hey, look, everybody. It's Kapayobi, the Tropical Downpour, one of the amazing channel supporters that supports me on Coffee and Patreon. You want to see one of your names in this game? Support me and maybe you shall. There's also secret spaces on our Discord and the opportunities to play multiplayer with me, but that's by the by. So what sort of start do we really want to do? Well, basically our mission is to explore as much of the map as possible. We have extra sight to do this, and we generate gold. The more gold we generate, the earlier memento we can pick up in this run. So we are absolutely going to generate a scout, and we're probably going to lean maybe into triple, if not quadruple scout start. What could go wrong? This set of cliffs is either going to be really handy or really annoying, and at the moment I can't quite tell which way it's going to go. Anyway, +2 sight for search means that we reveal large chunks of the map, and we've discovered a new continent already. Oh wow, we are on a continent split. That is either fantastic or really bad. Really bad because it means that our settlements might struggle to connect to each other. Really good in the sense that we have a lot of different resource variety. Remember, the resources are now randomly generated a little bit better to split across continents, but also across the north-south hemisphere. I am very much a south hemisphere player today. So how are we going to be playing? Obviously focusing on food to get the largest cities possible, but I am very, very, very into right now trying to get as close to 12 points as I can. And this is what I've learned about going for a 12-point age. Pax Imperiatoria, which requires you having 12 towns or cities, or less if you've conquered them. Great Library, which is 10 codices, and Silk Roads, which is 20 resources. All three of these can be done not in isolation, but pretty much without too much interference from anyone else. You can just get on with these. Wonders of the Ancient World, we have to build 7 wonders, is not in so much isolation. That is much tougher because if wonders disappear, they disappear, and that's it. So we're going to be running this to try and focus as much as we can on actually getting wonders. How are we going to do this? Well, there is a decent chunk of production around. Ivory is good for tropical plains and desert. We've got a lot of tundra around here and grassland, which is not any of those. So that's not super useful for now. But the wool is, we can get quite a few resources if we settle to go and claim them properly. I'm going to go for the Great Steel start. It's difficult to do, but it is possible. Look, I can actually click on it. And in theory, it should start chaining ticks up now. I think my user interface might not be quite working on that one, but looks like it is working to an extent. That's cool. Second scout, let's get working on that. But Great Steel, I think, is not a bad thing to do. We've got 2 resources there, which means if we were going to be putting down a science building, that would be a decent tile. Actually, hang on, let's just expand this a bit so you can see. Perfect. Yeah, that's not bad. And then obviously the Great Steel has to go on a flat tile around it. Could go here or maybe here, one of these two, but that would massively increase the adjacencies around. Perfect. Let's start the city growth. The cotton, it's worth effectively 3 food, 2 production, and 1 gold once the resource has been allocated. And another food once we have pottery and the plantation improvement is down, which is great. So huge food growth and a production boost to boot. Remember, we're going to be exploring to reveal as much of the map as we can as quickly as we can, but it also reveals these cairns very quickly as well, because don't forget, those are revealed at twice the range of the search. So at the moment I have 2, 4, so it actually increases this to discover all of the discoveries at an 8 tile radius, which is pretty cool. I like that. What is that? Wild game. 2 food in cities, 4 food in towns. Ooh, interesting. Some of these resources are very cool. These are the first time I'm actually seeing quite a few of these. Where else do we want to be headed? I can't quite get to that wool. Colon is not a bad resource to go for. I'm very tempted to try and get the flax for the science and culture. Helps me unlock the wonder nice and quick. Or we can beeline gypsum for a bit more production. What we're looking for is second and third settlement locations that can get a load of resources sent back. I know I'm going to build over the top of that, and rough terrain is very good to build on for production anyway, so feels a bit weird to be beelining that, but I think I will. Okay, Mr. Scout, off you go in this direction. And already we found a beautiful hostile village. Lovely. This is a very big map. We could have a lot of villages, and that could be either really good for me or really bad for me, depending on, you know, whether or not they play ball or not. More flax over there. Big desert energy over here. Sandworms, desert power, all of that could be found over to my right. Rubies, 4 gold. Ooh, that's a cool resource. So you can see we've generated some extra gold already from revealing lots of the map. That's just going to tick along. The more scouts I have, obviously, the better that will go. I think I'd like to get the brickyard built as soon as possible. 1 food and 2 production possible. The more mines I have, the better that building will be. Let's think about other things that I might want to do around here. Obviously, there are no mountains and no natural wonders, so the culture buildings aren't so good. In fact, there's very few mountains around right now. Not ideal. So this leaning into the science might be a bit better. Where are there extra science spots? Okay, not a huge amount. I have to go and build over in this direction, so I'm going to pop my brickyard on this tile. It'll get adjacency from this cotton and provide just a touch more food, whilst I also get the flax. Look at that. Culture and science. That is an amazingly cool new resource and will help by slashing 4 turns off writing. Nice. Now, we can push to go down the culture tree a bit quicker or to take the gold. The advantage of going for gold is I can use my gold to buy settlers. The advantage of culture is we can unlock the wonders a little bit faster. I think we're going to focus on the gold to get the settlers as fast as we can. Now, this scout, you try and stick to the coast a little bit more. You're going to head directly up. It's going to take you ages to get there. Oh, actually, no, you're going to go down. Head in this direction. What have you found? A wine resource. Ah, now that's actually not bad. I would like a wine resource because it's near my capital and it will give me massive amounts of culture later on. And, oh, okay, right. That's actually worked really well for me because it's created another free adjacency tile. Candidate for another city up there then. Ooh, random storm has just wiped out all the health on my scout. No, these scouts take enough damage just by living and existing. I don't want to have to deal with this. It's awful. There's already too many things trying to kill them on a day-to-day basis. Added some decent yields just above me though. This is now an even better place to settle than it was before. Let's rush that brickyard. Get it done as soon as we can. And HUZZAH of Carthage is above me. Hello there. Let's play friendly. I'm going to try and be friendly with everybody for now. It may not work, but it also may work. Would you like open markets? Yes, you would. Good gold. Okay, Mississippi tree is quite exciting. Production towards constructing buildings is nice. Potcop is also nice. Lots of extra food. You can get the settlement limit. Shell-tempered pottery is one of the best cards in the game. Monk's Mound is one of the best wonders in the game. Burning arrows can pillage from a distance is very nice if you want to attack. You know what? I am actually tempted to rush Monk's Mound, but I think we'll unlock mysticism first. Classical Republic for the wonder production. I would like to try and build Great Steel as soon as I can. Speaking of, let's unlock that as quick as we can with tool making. Bit more science, bit more production. The double is a good settlement location. Wool and hides. That's 5 production I could send back to my capital. So this is somewhere I might consider settling. You're looking for early game production if you want to go for wonders. That's the trick. Cultural exchange. Yeah, we're going to be fast friends. I can just tell already. Actually, I can't tell already. The reality is that she's probably going to hate me immediately. Loads of mountains to the north, though. These are mountains. This is something I do need to keep an eye out for. The mountains are where I would like to settle. The mountains are where Pachacuti gets the bonuses. This is now even better a location to settle, you know? Cotton, wool, cotton wool. Plonka city center down here. That's an actual city. This, maybe not so much, but the resource is worth it. Do I go for the fresh water for the happiness? No, I don't think so. Let's pop at that. That's my first 2 settlement locations, I believe. Okay, the brickyard's done. Production is up to 10. Settler is 200 gold, which I've generated delightfully from all of this beautiful gold that I found on the map. That's my memento kicking into action. Now I think we're going to get the granary for 4 food, but also the science and culture. Whilst I save up, I believe this next settler is 280 gold. Oh, that's only a bit more exploring. We should be able to do that nicely. +1 chariot. I'm going to potentially pick up that chariot because the chariot would basically make me immune to towns, but then we've got space. No, I think we're gonna gamble this and go for the settler. Let's go for the gold. Oh, the chariot is such a good pull, but I'm being risky. We're playing risky here. What's the best first location to go and settle? There is gypsum. Right. Okay, the gypsum has changed this slightly because that's also a resource I would like. So we're going to move that to there and settle there. I think they already dislike me, right? They're already hostile, so settling near them won't matter. Go and settle down here. Yeah, okay. I might need to send a warrior or 2 to go and protect the place, but that should be absolutely fine to do. HUZZAH is gonna give me a little bit of competition on wonders. She's not the best person to have on a map like this when I'm really looking to go for wonders, but ultimately we're gonna have some resistance to whatever we do. We just have to learn to be brave about it. Another population. What shall we go towards? I think this gypsum. Let's try and work this. So let's go for a tiny bit more food and head in this direction. And this is where we might start to see the new food rules swinging in my favor. After about 6 rural population, it should become easier for me to gain population. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to big, chunky mega cities. Oh no, my scout has just found a bunch of stuff and it just found this hostile warrior. It's going to die, isn't it? Ah, that's really bad. We probably should focus on building another scout as soon as we can. I need to explore as much of the map as physically possible. We can't allow our scouting to ever slow down. Wow, there's 3 military city-states. This is really pushing me to war. Oh no. Rizal of the Maya, one of the strongest combos in the game and somebody who likes to rush wonders. That's not good. That is not good at all. Well, we'll do our best, but he might prove to be a bit tricky. There is Carthage. Oh, I just saw his scout get absolutely annihilated. That's made me smile though. That's what I needed to see. Trailing in tech. You don't say. It's the Mayans. Of course I'm trailing in tech. That's just how the Mayans work. That's exactly what they do. Okay, next settler. Ready to go. Second settlement. It should build a road back. It does. Welcome, Mod Greener. You can already send some lovely wool back to the capital. Look at this. Yes, I really want more scouts, but I'm just gonna build a warrior quickly to send over just to make sure we have at least some army there, and then I'll send more scouts out. Rice, 5% food in settlements. That's a new empire resource. Okay, rice is actually a pretty cool one. I might want to go and at least trade for it, if not beeline that. We're going for a bit of a growth build today. That would be fun. Mysticism, writing, another 50 gold. Okay, right. Great Steel is about ready to be taken. Do I want free inventory for culture? Do I want to train a merchant for happiness? I'll train a merchant because I'm probably going to end up doing that anyway. What pantheons are still left? Forge, Sea, Sun, War, Wisdom, Gods. That wouldn't be too bad if I wanted to get the extra production towards Wonders. And then production on Clay. Now, that one's a good one. We know how good that can be. We have one mine. We're going to get a second one over there. There's a lot more mines around. Stone Circles it is. 12 production, 23 turn Great Steel. It is expensive. We're going to give it a go. We'll start to just throw things at this to help. And to do that, Animal Husbandry into Masonry for the extra production. Now I'm going to unlock Monk's Mound quick as I can. Very good wonder, very heavily competed, but I have an option to get it way before everyone else, and that's great. 2 gypsums. But here it is, HUZZAH. He's over there. Good to know. Good to know. Do I want to befriend city-states or just keep going for the culture? I'm going to just play nicely with people and go for the yields here. I think it suits me better in the longer run. The 8th population. Keep going in this direction? Yes, I think so. Head over to the gypsum. That tile will get boosted pretty soon. The same way, we're going to head over to those hides. Between those 2 resources, that would be another 5 plus 2 on this tile. 7 production for Kapiyobi. That would take me to 19. Much better. There's the capital. Good to see it. Celebration. 15% production towards Wonders. Huzzah! And 4 gold in all settlements. Or 2 per settlement. That's very good. What's this? Tin. 2 production in cities, 4 production in towns. Why would you want to put production in towns? It's a strange choice, but interesting resource nonetheless. Open markets. Yeah, go on, man. Let's be friends. I've met a new civilization. Lafayette. Hello. Let's be friendly. I like being friendly. Friendly's fun. Everyone's doing okay. I have settled very slowly, but most of that is because this settler has taken 8 turns to get up the mountain pass, but we did it. We actually made it up in the end, and here is the settlement. Will it build a road? No, it doesn't. It's so far away. That's hilarious. Hey, look. It's Onion Possum. Yeah, I really, really wish there was a road there. You're too far away. How's that happen? No road. Road connections are the worst. We're gonna have to use merchants and sort that out somehow, but we can get the wool. It's not in the trade network. It's not in the trade network. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so annoying. I can't have that because now I can't send it back. I think I'm gonna do the thing that I'd try not to do, but this is sort of debugging. I might move that settlement back a tile and just try and see if we can fix that, because if that road connection's not there, it's not in the trade network. I mean, I guess we could unlock a merchant and fix it later, but still. All right, now let's see if we can get it to work. We'll debug this. We'll do this in real time. Sorry, Head Shepsep, I've run out of influence. I will accept your stuff. You know, I'll accept everyone's stuff. I've just run out of influence. I'm sorry. So Animal Husbandry has put food on pastures and production on camps and woodcutters, but now let's go masonry to get the mines and quarries production. Science and happiness towards the next celebration, or just happiness. Take the damage. I'm gonna keep you alive because you are worth more to me alive right now. These scouts are my economy. Like, the more they research, the better. That's another military city-state. How many of these are there? That's incredible. Earthworks time. Settlement limit and shell-tempered pottery. A wonder. Vinakuna. Production, happiness, and science per age. Oh, that's a good one for Isabella. I just want to point out I didn't start next to a big wonder. I didn't get that. Typical. That's all I'm saying. Typical. Let's put the production up even more by moving this into a saw pit, I believe. Is that the best thing to do? We'll get the altar. Actually, one more time we'll get the altar. I'll move that farm across to the gypsum. Hides. Huzzah! Okay, that is better production in the capital. The wine isn't in the trade network, but I believe it still gives me the benefit. Doesn't need to be allocated to a city. It's an empire resource. It's war warrior has just been casually attacking me. So I've just left my warrior here. And yep, easy kill. Although there's now a slinger. That's no fun. Might have to run away from that one. More gold. Ah, there we go. That's something that will help. Okay, the altar next to the wonder. That'll give more happiness in a bit. Means I can move that to the gypsum, which is now worth 3 production. And I can move the flax. No, the flax is a city resource. Ah. Okay, well, we need camels. We need camels. Let's get another settler and go and work these camels up here. Is that the closest camel? This monk's mound would also finish that problem. Earthworks. There's the settlement limit and shell-tempered pottery. Pop that in for some very well-needed gold. Another population. I think just focusing on production now is the way to go. So that's what we'll do. So I don't need the other stuff right now. I mean, 2 resource capacity in the capital is very good, but I'm gonna pick up first 1 scout movement and sight from survey, which will generate more gold for me quicker. Oh, these slingers are the nightmare. They keep killing all my scouts and it's very annoying. Please leave me alone. Just trying to generate infinite gold. What about that is a problem for you? Masonry, more production on the mines. Up to 24 production now. Now irrigation for the settlement limit. Great steel. This gives me 200 gold every time I build a wonder, including this one in the settlement. It also makes my beautiful library spot, which I'm going to build fairly soon, much better. And is the first wonder. One of the most heavily competed wonders as well. All in all, pretty good. But Monk's Mound, or Monk's Mound now, is the place to go. Where do I want to put that? Maybe here. Let's increase this tile even more. Yeah, let's do that. Monk's Mound, 14 tiles. My capital is basically going to be just making wonders. That's the idea behind it. Nothing else really needs to happen here. Looking at mountains, trying to work out where to go. Over here, I think. Need to connect all my settlements up. More settlers, here we go. Work on irrigation as well. If I can get to 5 settlements rapid, that would be nice. Just another scout, just some random slinger. Why? Why do that? Leave me be. Okay, we'll get our first burning arrow. That does help. Nothing can really do much damage against the burning arrows. The burning arrows are basically impossible to kill. Not because they're in any way invincible, it's just the AI really struggles with the flames. Oh, there's another beautiful slinger. Excellent. Exactly what I wanted to see. You hide back in, set some ground on fire. I think the burning arrows will help me to totally win this battle now. Need to go and get this gypsum. So we'll start to gain tiles in this direction, as well as getting another celebration. Some more production in the capital. Excellent. Cotton. So many resources. Annoyingly, I can't actually even switch the resources of that settlement around because it's not connected. But they're both in the same settlement. It shouldn't matter. Yet somehow it does matter. Right, let's get that merchant. Maybe we can fix this. Maybe. +1 movement in sight will keep my scouts alive so much longer because they can now see danger coming from much further away, and they're going to reveal more of the map as they go. It means I can see barbarians before they can shoot me. Oh, sorry, barbarians. Villagers. They're not barbarians. They're much more cultured. Ignore the fact they all keep trying to kill me. Oh, there's a galley here now as well. That's just lovely. Gonna have to move my units around. Let's kill that slinger. I think you can tank 1 more hit, so we'll just leave you there for a bit. Hanging gardens built. Not by me, alas. What can you do? Aha! The commander's arrived. I should name this. It's Ferocious Franklin. I look forward to seeing your exploits. La Venta. More city-states. More of the map unlocked. What more do you need? Uluru. Another city-state. There's an archer. This is where the extra sight on the scouts comes in very, very handy. I can help keep them alive a lot longer knowing where those archers are. It's the idea anyway. Don't know if that quite translates, but that is the idea. Okay, Mr. Galley, I'm gonna hopefully try and set the ground on fire. I can't. It's water. Oh well, we tried. One more person. Harriet Tubman, Egypt. Good to meet you. We'll be friendly with you as well. I am Pachacuti of the mountains, except I own no mountains, but that's not important. Do you know it's a lie? We own 1 mountain. I have a single solitary mount. Nope, 2 mountains. I mean, I'm lying. What is this? I do apologize. -50 gold, 1 population. Yes. That's a good ratio, because that gives me 4 production in the capital. Oh, lovely stuff. Okay, that galley is now proving annoying. Burning arrows taking damage. We should be able to survive this. Ferocious Franklin, you're going to need to be at your best, but I have great confidence. This is a little bit too close, but I would like to make sure we actually get a connected settlement here. Right, here we go. Onion Possum is now connected to Huma, and Huma is now connected everything together. Brilliant. Zoof, welcome in. And you get this marble? Because that actually does increase wonder production on tundra, grassland, and marine. I believe this is grassland. Excellent. And we get an expansionist point. There's production towards settlers. Not that I'm really using production on settlers. I'm using gold. Still, it's always welcome. See these resources. Can I move any of them around now? Yeah, they're all connected now. Cool. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't count as being able to connect them. Never mind. Next time, maybe. Next time. Okay, camels. I think camels are now increasingly important. I settle up to the north towards these mountains up here. Where are the camels? There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's not many. Maybe I'm better sticking to the mountains. I might go put one on the coast. Let's do that. Irrigation, gardens, settlement limit. Let's now go to currency, the extra capacity in the settlements. Okay, now I can move the resources around. Food into the towns, I believe, just to help them grow. And the first point of Silk Roads. I'll be the first person to get any points. No, Harriet did it as well. Never mind. Second wonder, Monk's Mound. We actually got it. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. So we've got much more resource capacity in my capital, which means it's now become a giga hub for wonders. If we're going to build 7 wonders, this is the city to do it. Now I need to start saving up my gold to make a second city. But this doesn't need to change because I could just keep building stuff here. Do I get some infrastructure? Some infrastructure would be decent. Like, for instance, this library, which is a +6. I think that's probably worth upgrading. It would be silly not to. Plus, I can just replace the tile. Look at that capacity. Okay, sorry, towns. It's all going in the capital. We're unlocking Ming China because of it. 34 production in Kapiyobi. Oh, yeah. 1 population in the nearest settlement for happy. Yeah, that's a great trade. I believe that's gone to Onion Possum. No, went to Zoof. Okay, that's still good. Still good. Onion Possum is too good a second city, I believe. 400 gold? Absolutely worth it. Right. Gypsum is better here. It just is. And I think the colon would be good as well because it's worth more, right? That's good. It's delicious. 4 food, 2 gold, 4 science library available on that tile. It's next to all the mountains and the resources. Perfect. Make it so. Make it so. Code of laws. Petra available. 3 merchant. 2 influence per turn. Could get that, but I'm not going to put it in. Now, nowhere is in range to trade. We are not within range anywhere, but we could potentially improve roads if needed. Onion Possum can't connect directly to Kapiyobi, which feels a shame. I'm going to go see if we can fix that. That can't be right. If I have 3 altars, I get 1 economic attribute point. That's a good deal. And +1 codex. And over on the coast, we have the lovely an eel deal for the teal eels from the steel eel. That hasn't quite... Oh, you see, this is what happens, channel supporters, when you make your names a little too long. What are you going to do? Never mind. It's fine. You've got a beautiful wild game, which is +4 food. Right, Gate of All Nations, I think, is the next step. See if we can get that built. That would be a big win for me. 2-turn monument. That is very tempting. Let's put it on top of this altar for now. Sailing. Ursa. Can that be built in next to a lake? It can. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, you're really going to keep attacking? I will set the ground on fire. Don't do it. Okay, I can't fix the road. I physically cannot fix the road from Onion Possum to Kapiyobi. Fine. That's okay. The merchant then will just wait until I have something closer that I can trade with. Gate of All Nations. It's my favorite wonder. Pretty sure it's... Yeah, it's my favorite wonder. I'm pretty confident. Why is it my favorite wonder? Well, quite simply, 2 war support in all wars is just massive. It's just so lovely. We should celebrate that in all things. Well, that's a good timed little wall there because we're building wonders. 7 turns. Oh, you know what? Let's just speed that up. Myself some more influence. 6-turn wonder. That's pretty quick. Very nice indeed. Should we rush Nalander and see if we can get that? That's always the wonder I struggle to build. I think we should. Let's go for the extra food, weighing palace, and go literacy. Or do we go for the bell? Let's go for the bell for the diplomatic point. That's actually something that people forget about. And by people, I mean me. It's always way more useful than you think it would be. Gonna buy a brickyard in Onion Possum just to increase the production. Up to 14 now. That library will be built just a bit quicker. I'm going to try and build a wonder in Onion Possum. It's a defensive one, but it's going to make my library even better, or this library spot. Why not? Mausoleum has been built. That's such a rushed wonder by the AI. That always gets taken. 4 production iron mine in Onion Possum. Oh, okay. That settlement's getting better very quickly now. Petra's been built. I don't have any deserts, so that's fine. Let the gold be formed as we go Gate of All Nations. The 3rd wonder. Today we're building more than blue wonders. We're just building all wonders. Maybe I should just insist on only building blue wonders. They tend to be the best, I won't lie. Okay, next up. Ursa Ryan. More mines as well. The settlement's just doing nice. It's just doing lovely. Mr. Boat, please leave me alone. Code of laws. +1 culture on specialists. Oh, if only I'd unlocked specialists, that would have been so much better, but I have not. Now it's citizenship and literacy. No, scrap that. Mastery of mysticism. Then we'll go and do it. Just gonna keep you guessing. What's Ursa doing? Not even Ursa knows. Gypsum. That's production for a wonder building city. Oh, we can finally focus mod greener if we want to. This might not be a bad move. Urban center would give nothing. Farming town, 3 food. Mining town, 3 gold. But the trade outpost might increase the range for the trade routes enough to actually get my first set of routes. Yeah, I'm actually going to try this. Maybe this is a good idea because trade outpost, 2 happiness for each resource in the tower. I've got 3 of those and +5 trade route range. Makes it quite a useful town. But does it work? Yes, it does. Now I've got a route to Carthage and to this settlement, which I could get some gypsum or the tin. What does the tin do? 2 production in cities, 4 in towns. Oh yeah, I remember. I think I'd want to get the gypsum. I think I might. You know what, actually? Zoof, congratulations. 700 gold. I'm using all of my wonder and scouting gold. You are now a city as well, which means I can get that route, which will just connect everything up. I mean, this might get pillaged. I won't lie. Oh, no, it won't do if I finish Bursa. Okay, this is fine. Off you go. Go and move over that, and then we'll sort that out in a second. This is fine. I'm actually starting to use... I'm starting to use some of this. Okay, fine. We'll save up some more influence, and we'll go and get that, but I'm going to take over those city-states. I'm going to start building some altars as well. There's currency, which gives me the market, so I can put more resources, and now we have specialist limit as well. All of that is excellent. I like specialists. Let's get the writing mastery, because it's actually worth a bit of science, and another codicy. This is slowly starting to actually work here, you know? Things are beginning to work. That's another Silk Roads card. 3 points. Yes, independent being lured away. I know. Don't worry. No. You will die or be set on fire or something. Leave Mod Greener alone. Mod Greener is not in the mood. Not today. My scouts have done a really good job of scouting everything so far. I'm pretty proud of this. This is good. Just need more raw yield now. The AI is beginning to pull away from me quite a lot in culture and science. There's a chance that this age will end before we can get everything we need. Now, do I need the settlement limit or do I go for the really cool wonders? I really want the really cool wonders. We've got the commerce wonder, but literacy, philosophy, I'm gonna try, and we'll settle in a bit. Science or we're picking up influence wherever we can right now because influence is becoming quite an important resource. Let's pick that up now. Now, HUZZAH will probably look to push that one forward a bit. We won't let him, but he probably will. Just keep that in mind. There's another wonder. Bursa. So this gives my capital walls, but most importantly, it makes all of my trade routes unpillageable, which means I can send them in the weirdest of places and nothing ever happens. Look, I actually have walls next to the lake. Not that anyone was ever really going to attack this settlement anyway, but still, the gold is good. The gold is real. The gold will hurt you. Brickyard. Actually, the brickyard would be a really good pickup. Just working all these tiles. Production is king after all. 7-turn bell next to the library, I think is going to be the thing, but I got to pop it there because it gives adjacency to other cities. Although I do need to move the population. Now, do I want more production? Do I want to get the ivory or do I start getting specialists? Because let's not forget, specialists actually increase the amount of food and gold using my abilities as well. So I think we're going to do that. 4 science on a specialist up at the library is huge. Competing wonder. Maya have drawn up plans for the defensive wonder. Oh, we're on 2 turns. All right, let's have a look at this. I have almost a complete left-hand tower. It looks pretty complete. This looks not complete at all. If I lose this, I'll be so annoyed. More science, more codicy. How many do I own? 2. Is that it? Thought I had more. Clearly not. Oh, hang on. The starved chieftain wakes from a restless sleep. In dreams, they're visited by the Birdman. Not the Birdman. I've seen that film. That's terrifying. Now we've got the milestone. I was thinking that we would have that soon. How's this wonder doing? It's gone, but so is mine because an unmet player built it. Well, That's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying. We were one turn off. We were literally one turn off. Okay. Okay, then. If you're going to be like that, that's fine. But I'm not happy. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I want to get around to this tile. That is highly frustrating. So we can get this extra altar, which will complete the quest to give me the economic point. I can't believe that. One turn beaten. One turn beaten. I was celebrating and everything. I assume maybe I could have built a market in Onion Possum and rushed it a tiny bit. But we're just going to have to imagine. So the barracks and the blacksmith. These are the two I want to pick up now. More production. Can't believe that. One turn. We should have a calculation or a running tracker on this channel of every wonder I build compared to every wonder that I lose. I swear it would be quite a ridiculous assortment. No specialist cost on happiness because this specialist is next to the mountains. Yes. This monument now gives 6 culture. Brilliant. Let's get that done. So we can play as Bulgaria if we want to. I believe we unlock Inca just by being Pachacuti. Yeah, we're going for Inca today. We're absolutely going for Inca. I want to see if they are better now that food has been rebalanced. 5 gold per turn. That'll help in the next stage massively. Let's build the monument next to the mountain. Oh, actually, I might move both of these over a bit. Yeah, let's get that monument down. Monuments are too good. We need them. An eel deal for teal eels has reached the stage. We can now specialize it. We've got fishing time for 5 extra food. I think we're going to go for the trade outpost again. Let's keep doing this and see how good you can actually make these trades because these are more and more important now. Yes, I can actually now trade to the capital. I think merchants are going to be more and more important in this run. Mundo Perdido. It's been built and that's annoying. Never mind. Gypsum is the most useful thing here. More production in my cities. We can go for an alliance. I didn't even notice that. Okay, we actually have our first alliance now. Specialists next to mountains are just 3. There's no happiness penalty at all. That is handy. Okay, I will admit that is handy. Instead of wonder production, we're going to go for culture now because we really do need to get the culture. Take the influence out, take the 10 extra food, and then the 3 culture from specialists. We'll start to really push this on. That monument's finished. Oh yeah, big culture yield in Onion Possum now. Brilliant stuff. Emile Bell. So I can now look to do a special food project with people, which is awesome, but I also get a diplomatic point. I like diplomatic points. They help me with happiness. They help me with city-states later in the game. It opens up a whole bunch of other opportunities. And if I remember, it comes with its own narrative event. I don't remember what the narrative event is, but I remember it being quite good. 4.5 culture on a single specialist. Now we're talking. You can see the food growth is pretty good. It's not going to be until exploration and modern we really see whether or not this is worth it, but so far, so good. The bath is 14 food. Why? Oh, it's because there's adjacency and a specialist in that tile, but I mean, that's also pretty good. The market has, I mean, ignore the fact the specialists are there. The specialists are just going wild on these adjacencies because of that. Yeah, the market. Let's try that. We can put some more resources in the settlement. Buy this library, another 5 science, build a market as well. The markets are good. We like having extra resource capacity. I do need a merchant as well. If we get a merchant, you know, actually I can buy this. Buy another one. 240. Worth it. Improve trade relations. Yeah, okay. Well, Zal is going to be my best bud. He doesn't know it yet, but he will be. Pyramids has been built. Again, no desert, so I don't mind that hugely. Bronze working. There's the barracks. Nalander has been built. Wow, okay. Couldn't even do that. Lafayette wants an alliance? At war with Hatshepsut. I don't really want to be at war with Hatshepsut. I'll be honest with you. She likes me. Let's reject. Just for now. We can maybe do that later. Engineering. Oh, is that a plus 12 production barracks? It is, you know. Yeah, the barracks are going to be very, very handy. 5 production barracks in this settlement. Only a plus 3 in this one, but we haven't put a specialist on that tile yet, and we will soon. Terracotta army, and the wonders are now starting to get built at a slightly frightening pace. The mod greener is still holding. Ferocious Franklin is not letting anyone walk back even a step. No step backwards, people. More resources available. Move them into the towns. How many do I need to get the last point? 5 more. We got 1 trade route on the way, and we've still only got 5 settlements. I can settle wildly if we increase our settlement limit up just a touch. Speaking of, more resources, including some delicious sheep. Oh, so many in my capital. So I'm going to put the jade in the capital now, a bit more gold. I want 300 gold or some happiness. I'll take the gold. There's an economic attribute point. Okay, you're just going to give it to me for 3. That's fine. Another 10 gold per turn. Not entirely sure why you would do that, but I'll take it. 700 gold. Do I want a 4th city? I don't know. Okay, this settlement will join me. This one will join me eventually. I'm gonna start making friends with the military city-states. As long as you leave me be, that's fine. I've now got a spearman here. Just man that tile. Stop him from getting through. Citizenship. Weighing Palace is now possible. Culture buildings can be constructed faster. Extra food in towns. There'll be another 10 food per turn. Next celebration, I'll pop that in. These specialists are still 3. So we will continue to embrace them. No happiness penalties at all is the sort of penalty I like. If I was going to pick a sort of penalty, you know. Well, this is slowly becoming a bit of an issue. I had a lot of wonders at the beginning, but now they are being built the turn that I'm about to start building them. That was Weiang Palace. I was just about to start with that one. That's not good. Right, Oracle is still available. Colosseum is being built. So we'll try and go for Oracle, but we need one more because we've only got 5, so this isn't good enough at the moment. Pyramid of the Sun is also being built, so it's either going to be Stupa, Colossus, Wat, or Maui. I could try and unlock Maui just in case. I was rushing engineering, but I want to get these 7 points if I can. I don't want to let this one slip if I can help it. 12 turns. It's gonna be tough. Maybe we can squeeze it through. I don't know. Oh, wow, that's 9 adjacency. Look at that on the food. That's incredible. I didn't even see that mountain there. That's awesome. Overflowing treasury. I know I've got an overflowing treasury. I just need to work out exactly what I need to do with it. I could make a 4th city, or we could try and settle in a bit. There's actually not a huge amount of buildings that'd be worth rushing through here. Look at this. 5 wonders compared to the 2, which is the next closest, but we're still struggling to get all 7. Yeah, I reckon another city. That's probably the best thing to spend my gold on. Some mod greener. Welcome. Sorry, Kapiabi. Food's going over to you now. Let's put some cotton into the settlement. A bit of food, bit of production, a little bit of everything. We'll start off by getting this saw pit working. Really could use more science. That's what I really need right now. Maybe some more specialists would help here. Speaking of specialists, 3 science on this one. There we go. That's the sort of thing we need. This is where we really need to go. There's loads of mountains over here. I'm going to keep settling along the coast in that direction. When we're ready, we just need settlement limit, which I currently do not have. City-state bonus. Oh, we could get hill forts for another 2 production. Yes. Gee, that's a really, really good thing. Could really build the production up. Okay, cool. Well, my cities have now got something to be building. 3 commander promotion. That is a lovely quest. Ferocious Franklin. Have assault into, what, how would you even say that? Enfilade? Yes, let's go with that. The 1-turn hill fort. Okay, yeah, it keeps the mine production underneath and just makes it better. Why not? Pyramid of the Sun is now built. Some more science. Again, we're just trying to use this where we can on the libraries. Speaking of, another +5 is available there, and I can immediately move that population and put it down. So that was actually 8 science we just got. Look, having another city was hugely useful there. Oracle, anyone building this? No, not that we can see. Let's just try giving it a go then. Again, we can just keep up the adjacency on my library, which I absolutely will do. I keep avoiding picking up this ivory. Let's pick up the ivory. Just other wonders will benefit from that. So we know Colosseum is unlikely. That has been built. This has been built. That's been built. This has not been built. That has not been built. Okay, the only one we can really try rushing. Oh no, hang on. Stupa as well. Let's do this. Then we'll unlock the settlement limit. I do need the settlement limit because I plan on going to 12 by the end of this age. I have great plans. I have wild plans. These plans are crazy. Here we are with our mad plans. We'll figure out a way. I can rush for science. Excellent. I took 2 turns off the wonder. That could be all we need here. Could be exactly what we need. Again, the specialists next to the mountains, they don't cost any happiness, so they're effectively 3. We might as well grab them. No! Oh, Maui just got completed on the same turn I unlocked it. Okay, that's a problem. So it's gonna have to be Colossus or Stupa. If we miss these 2, that's it. We've got problems at that point. All right, let's finish engineering, go after mathematics. Maybe we won't get the wonders, but I mean, I feel like with our production, we've had a good shot at this. It's mainly the yields. We haven't quite kept competitive on science and culture. We're now beginning to get there with the amount of specialists. And this is where the food build is really, really kicking in. Like 23 population. Let's have a look and see how that is. 16 in Roma, 20 in Wasset, 15 in Carthage, 22 in Bach. Yeah, so we do have the biggest city and we haven't got any towns in on it. So Pachacuti, yeah, coming in clutch. Let's just not quite enough. Just not quite enough. Look at all these resources. Gold, gypsum, flax. Maybe we should have gone for just a pure flax rush. That could have been the play. A cultural city-state. We're going to rush this one through. That would have helped us with building wonders, but it will also finish civics for us nice and quick. Here comes the crisis, and it's the happiness crisis. Villas can be purchased in towns. This is not a bad one for me because I actually have a fair chunk of spare happiness. Not as much as everyone else, but we're doing fine. Okay, happiness and settlements we didn't found. That's easy. Happiness and settlements more than 9 tiles away. Easy. Okay, 0 penalty for us right now. Oh, if I still had influence, that would have been really handy, Lafayette, but I don't. I'll take the 6 culture per turn, mate. That means, though, we're kind of running out of time. So, settlers, I want to start producing you. Start making some of these. We can build 3 or 4 and then buy the rest. Should be plenty. See, that would be really good. Now, I've got 4 cities, but no, I'll take the influence per turn. Can I build a lighthouse in my capital? You know, I can. That would be a 9 adjacency. But I've got a specialist that can be popped down immediately. So maybe put the lighthouse there and get the adjacency from the mountains. And it doesn't give me a happiness penalty. I think it's better putting it there. Feels weird, I know, but that is the better specialist than this town. So there we go. Yeah, extra gold, extra science, extra culture. It's all lovely stuff. We need more resources. I've got space now. We've got loads of space. We need to get the last few points as well. So let's go claim some. I can almost see distant lands. Not quite, but almost. Oh, someone just built Stupa on the turn I unlocked it. This keeps happening. The game really is not letting me have this one easy. Oh well, Oracle is my 6th wonder, and it gives me just a little bit of culture every time we hit narrative events. Not a huge amount, but just a bit. And there are still 2 wonders available. What and Colossus. We haven't unlocked either, but far from mathematics. We are quite far from mathematics. We're 11 turns away from Colossus. We'll try. Maybe AI will have forgotten to unlock some really good stuff for that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we got some blacksmiths done. Use production to make production. It's always the winning move. I think claiming this coast is the best for long-term towns and settlements. Just have a look at the continent split. This is a different continent, which is really annoying because I kind of want everything to be on my own continent. We want to make sure everything is connected a bit. I mean, as long as something's got a fishing key, it works. But if it's on a different continent, it doesn't work. So, bit of a pain. That's a really good place to settle, but there's not much space because of the mountains. So you can get loads of resources, but the actual city locations here are pretty pants. City center goes there. One will go there. One can go there. Is that really where I want to pop these things? Or it's on the wrong side of the continent split. Maybe it makes sense to go for empire resources, the sort of stuff that will affect everywhere. So for instance, stuff like rice, extra food in settlements, marble for wonders, that would be really good for next stage. Gold, actually this is a good spot. Something over here. Let's put something there. Yeah, let's go for empire resources. These are going to be better in the longer run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more space and one there to get the camels because camels are always good. Okay, excellent. And this is not good. Changed my mind on this one. Instead, going to go and claim the resources over here. More yields. Watch this. Mountain adjacency. Nice culture tile. Next time we can buy the amphitheater in there for even more yields. It's got a monument on that tile already. And the lighthouse is finished, which means we've got even more space for resources, which is lovely. We just need more. Oh, look at the adjacencies on this one. 3 food, 3 production, 3 gold, 2 science, 3 culture. That's not a bad specialist at all. Wow, up to 78 and 88 now. The yields are there. We need to dig them out, but they are there, just as the specialists and settlers are. So, send 1 settler over to go and grab that space. Send you out to go and grab this one. Yeah, we might just need to make sure they move quickly, these settlers, but we have a lot of cities making them. Divide and conquer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 10 of them. Yeah, we should be fine. I just want to make sure we get to 12 settlements. It's tough because they may not be especially effective once we hit exploration, but you need the 12 points. We'll start with 8. We'll get fealty. Maybe we'll even treat ourselves to the extra 2 settlements on the memento. That should be fine. Did a pretty good job at scouting this continent though. Managed to probably get as much gold out of it as we could, or at least close to that. There we go. Extra resources. You go into the capital. What do? Happiness for the capital. Some extra food. Mod Greener will help with that. And that's Silk Roads. So we finished this. I really want to finish wonders. But look at me. Tubman, Pachacuti leading the way. 6 points each. I should have a guaranteed extra 2 points, I think. And we should be able to get the mementos as well. But the crisis is now beginning to wind its way in. Provincial Scorn. That's not good. I'm actually going to take the influence penalty. We don't have much time. I'd rather lose the influence than have a happiness problem later. Right, you're actually already kind of at your place, so you reroute and make this one go. We're kind of just sending settlers out in random directions, but we should just about be safe. Onion Possum is on the brink of revolt. Really? Really? -3. Huh. Okay, that's not great. I didn't even realize you were close to being unhappy. And Zoof as well. No, 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 no. What suddenly happened? Why is suddenly everything really unhappy? I don't know. Not happy with that. We can send a route to Kopan now, which would refresh all of our resources, which would let us help to move them about a bit. Uxmal as well. So, okay, this is good. We still have options. Let's get ourselves a merchant, ask for another trade route, which we will accept, and then look for something that gives happiness, which isn't many to be fair, but Uxmal's got something, so off we pop, and then we'll send something next turn as well. Oh no, things are being destroyed every turn. Got to make sure our happiness doesn't go below 0. Get that altar here. The altar will help. Angkor Wat is now being built. Not Colossus though. Not Colossus. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. I don't know. Nope, Colossus has been built by somebody on the same turn I unlock it. What is this? Oh, this game, honestly. Never mind. So we don't need the survey on the scouts anymore, to be honest. That's really not doing anything. Instead, free culture for every city-state I'm suzerain of, because we're just about to suzerain some more stuff. Cultural exchange is useful, but I'm waiting for somebody to send me the happiness per city. Now, that would be an amazing thing. Oh, we actually still hit a celebration. Nice. 20% culture will help. Now we can get gold for imported resources. We're looking for happiness. I think happiness can easily be found in entertainment. So there's only one wonder left, and it's Angkor Wat, and it's being constructed in Rome. So there's no point even unlocking it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Oh, this settler's being shot. That's not good. I am sending them pretty much unescorted, which it's probably not particularly sensible. City-state bonus. 12 culture to monuments. Every city-state I'm suzerain of. That's huge. But the 3 civic actually would work twice before the end of the game. That would probably help me to get to the other settlement limit as quickly as possible. So we're going to claim the 3 civic. I think that's actually the better thing to do. Tactics. Yep. Okay, that's helping. And we're only 5 turns off this one. And we'll get another 3 civic. Okay, I didn't want to settle this quickly because we're going to go over the settlement limit and cause myself happiness problems. But the settler is almost dead. So let's do it. Oh, this is going to go bad. Happy hardcore. I'm not saying that you're a bad idea, but there's a good chance that you could cause a chain reaction that loses me everything. We'll see how it goes. Okay, no, we're okay. We're just about okay. You're not very happy, which is understandable, but I think we can get away with this just. And we can gain the wine, which gives me way more culture, because that's another worldwide wonder resource. Why is this settler there? Where are you going? What is this movement? Sometimes leaving this on auto path is just a nightmare. So you are heading up there. You are heading there, which means I don't know where you're going. You go to that. So 1, 2, which means we need another one to go here, which is you. Okay. I think we're figuring this out. But the auto pathing on these settlers is it's not playing ball. Now we can change resources around. Remember, everything will be getting effectively 5 bonus happiness, but I don't have many happiness luxuries. You know what? I do kind of. We have a bit of wool and some pearls. So the pearls can actually help the capital out here, which means I can reapply some of the wool. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You need a little bit. You need a little bit. You'll be fine. So 1 sheep goes there. Then we pull another sheep to there. Bring you here, which means we can pull you to that and then put a sheep there. Now everything is within rough range. Yeah, I think that's fine. All I need to do is just make it 3 turns and then we should be okay. Please let us escape before everything revolts. To make some burning arrows here because this city-state is being annoying. Leave me alone. Actually, Ferocious Franklin, could you please come and save? Thank you. Hatshepsut and Lafayette have been at war this entire age. It's really funny. Why are you suddenly unhappy? -9. Why are you suddenly -9 unhappy? I swear, the happiness just keeps going up and down like crazy. Oh, of course, the commander was giving more happiness. Okay. Yeah, that is slightly concerning. We might have to take a 4-turn dip quickly into wheel to pick up the villa for the happiness. Oh my goodness, you savior. 3 happiness in every city. Rizal, you party man, I love you. Yes, that makes a big difference. That's 12 extra happiness. And do you see, we've got the settlement limit. Everything is a little bit happier than it was. Capiobi, happy. Modgrina, not so much. Onion Possum, happy. Zoof, happy. Everyone else, happy. Okay, we just really squeeze this out now by going rites and rituals. Don't need that gold. 12 extra happiness just to keep everything a little more comfortable. We are in so much of a better place now. Let's pick up organized military quickly. No, that'll be my 3 civic. Let's work on literacy then. +1 codex is what we need. Now my capital can work on the academy, which is a +8. Wow, fair enough. +8 is fairly good. The academy is a nice +6. Settler, in place. Okay, that's 1 of the 6, but I'm still moving around the map. We're having to just methodically, settler by settler, moving these around just to make sure that we can get them through, but we can. It's just we're having to be very methodical. Marble will help next stage. City-state bonus. +1 strength on infantry units. And organized military, which lets me now put down another settlement. Do I want to pop down this one or this one first? I don't know. Oh, why are you leaving your archer there? That is such a troll move. I don't think this settler is going to help us complete the age faster, so we'll just hold off that for a sec. Angkor Wat's finished. That's all the wonders. We picked up 6. I can't believe that. The amount of times we were just 1 turned on something. I'm pretty sure the game was doing it deliberately. Pretty sure. It was just waiting for me and going, no. Wheel. Villa. Okay, that is a bit more happiness now. Now we go mathematics too. The academies are being finished. Specialists are still being put down. Let's keep helping. What is with this volcano? This volcano has gone off like pretty much every turn. I should have looked at all the science on that tile and it should have been very suspicious. Why is that so high? We're not sure, but it can only be a bad thing. 5 happiness, 2 influence on a villa. Yes, please. Get it finished as quick as you can. So just realized I could put down a 5 happiness, sorry, 5 food granary in Happy Hardcore, and then we could start the trade post back up. I would send all of this food back to Onion Possum and help me to get more specialists. Hopefully unlock some more trade, possibly? Yes, good to know. Running out of time, but that would have been useful to note a little earlier. So 1 more academy now finished. We've gone above 100 science. It took us a little while, but we got there. Now the villa is going down everywhere else. Literacy. 50% production on science buildings. I am actually getting quite a few, but we've almost run out of buildings to do. Specialists on top of academies. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to go for philosophy. Science on specialists would have been really helpful. +1 codex. Oh, amazing. That means we now have 5. We're just about to unlock 2 more. That'll take us to 7 and we'll get us 1 more science point. It's not going to be a perfect age, but we should be able to get to 8, 9, 10. 10 minimum. Ally yourself with Lafayette. You're at war with Hatshepsut. No, I'm not getting involved. Not getting involved. Okay, we need as much science as we're going to get. So we're going to start some research initiatives. Pile my production, which I have quite a lot of, into more science. Okay, here's a settlement that actually would help. Slither Alley. Now, the reason you're really cool is because this silk could get sent back immediately to the capital because it's already producing 44 culture. So that's a big boost. Yeah, lovely. Just a casual 258 science Mayans over there. And the crisis is getting worse. So this happiness isn't great, but we don't want to take 6 happiness in cities. Maybe we want to take the happiness in towns more? Neither's good, but I have 3 towns and 4 cities. I mean, the happiness in the capital. Could I survive that? No. You've got 6. You've got 7. You've got 3. Zoof wouldn't manage. Mod Greener also wouldn't. You are finishing the villa. Sorry, I think it's got to be the towns. There's got to be the towns that take the hit here. Apologies before the end of the age. Some more hill forts? Yes. Lots of extra production there. Settler in place. Settler in place. Settler in place. Settler in place. And settler in place. Okay, we can end the age, I think, anytime we like. We'd put 10 age progress on. No, it wouldn't quite end it. There's 21 points are needed. Right, so we're just going to hold on for a bit. Why is Mod Greener suddenly unhappy? Oh, you finished an academy. Ah, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, get the academy finished. We'll buy a villa in here in a sec. Burning arrow, spearman. There we go. So we got 1 attack. We're just going to set everything on fire now. 2 attacks. Oh, you can't actually shoot anything there. Really? Well, that's disappointing. What about you? Oh, you can shoot lots of stuff. Shoot over that. You set that ground on fire. Spearman do some damage, but don't move on to the tile. Oh, no, you will? Okay, fine. Great. Well, you're going to get burnt alive. Never never mind. Move some spearmen up. Yeah, Happy Cardcore's it's not being defeated. Sorry, City-State. You missed your opportunity. One more silk. Actually, no, there should be 2 more. The other silk's on fire. Don't know why I just bought that. Grade library has been boosted by 2 more codices. Now, we need 3 more. We don't have long, but maybe we have enough time. Navigation will give us 1. Currency will give us 1. Engineering would give us 1. Wheel would give us 1. So what's more important? I don't think wheel would help much. Food on food buildings is fun though. Let's get that quick. Food on food buildings, 1 codex. 2 more to go. Remember, finishing great library will not add age. I think maybe we go now for engineering. Maybe there's some time to build a couple of pointless bridges. Well, no bridge is truly pointless, but you know what I mean. Most of them are. Philosophily. It's not how you say that. Philosophilophiles, my favorite. 19 science. Now that is a lovely card. This is up to 191 science. Commerce now, then up to future civic. We'll rush forward the celebration. We're just waiting to settle. We really want to end the age when we settle. So we're just waiting until we get to age progress 190. Once we've hit that point, the age will end. If it doesn't end when we settle, we're going to be so unhappy. Our empire will disintegrate, and it'll disintegrate hard, and it'll be just horrible. Plus, we're just 2 codexes away now. So there's 1 that we're going to get from this tech. Excellent. Now we need just 1 more, which we'll get from currency. Oh, we don't even need that. We just get +1 here. Okay, cool. Great library's finished. Nice. Well, I guess in that case, we could unlock the arena, which would actually keep things happy. Plus, the crisis lets us put villas in our towns, which we're actually going to do here. Not because they are particularly useful in exploration, but they kind of are because they give influence. So anything that boosts influence tends to be a pretty good choice. This might go up pretty quick, or there might actually be a small issue here. Sliver Ally, well, is about to revolt, and there's not much I can do. I was hoping the age would have ended, but we might miss this by like 1 turn, which means we're only going to be on 11 settlements because that's going to flip somewhere. Oh no, that's not good. We might need to replace you quite cruelly. Let's just make another settler quickly. That's not good. I don't think there's anything we can do to keep you there as well because you haven't got any resource capacity, which means I can only throw so much there. I can't change the crisis as well. It's not good. That's not good at all. I'll fix a plantation because then that means I can now change my resources around. I'll give you something that gives like a little bit of happiness just in the hope that it staves something off, but it probably won't. Yeah, this could be really bad. This could be very, very bad indeed. Let's hope that the game just forgets. It might do. You never know. Uh-oh. 2 happiness per age in all settlements could be very handy later on. 2 war supports for wars I declare. If I wanted to go and take it back, this would be the way. But we're going to take the happiness right now. I assume next turn that will disappear. Probably. But it's difficult to say. Oh, man. If I had enough gold, I would have made it into a city and then done something with it. But I don't. Although, that is like 1 more happiness, which is -2. You know what? Technically, you would be happy now. No, actually, you wouldn't be, because that would remove the yields of one of those towers. Actually, I could put that. I'm just gambling here. 0 happiness. Like, this is no longer revolting as a city. Sorry, you're not revolting. You're a wonderful channel supporter, but you know what I mean. You're not revolting away anymore, which is a good thing, I think. So let's just ignore the fact that you want to revolt. Maybe that would just be in the nick of time. It probably won't. It's worth a try. Please don't do anything silly. No, it did something silly. It's off. It was worth a try. It was worth a try, but it is Carthaginian now. Ugh. All right, well, that is a problem because now we don't have enough settlements. You see, look, it would have been 1 turn away. 1 turn away. We can now end the age, but we'll just have to settle in 1 other place. This settler will be finished very soon. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we'll settle somewhere along this coast. It'll be good. I just need to hold on for like a couple more turns. Harsh. What a harsh game. There is a chance, it's a small chance, that the AI might be having an equal happiness issue and they may lose something to me, which would kind of fix it, but we're gonna have to go and claim this one back eventually, I think. The arena. Now that would have been handy a little while ago. Ugh, never mind. Go pick up this flax. That's not a bad resource. Yeah, why not? More connected settlements. Commerce. Military training. Most important. importantly, the end of the age. So we're going to now just finish off. There's nothing to see in this settlement at all. No, not at all. This is going to be a really fun Incan settlement. So welcome, Bologna. Loads of good resources, including gold. You've got the wonderful, wonderful rice. So welcome, Sildri. Over here, JB Genius. In the far north, Franklin's factory. And then in the middle of the plains, giving me the last point in ending the age. Orman, Pax Imperiatoria. We got some good progress there. Just one wonder. I mean, honestly, I feel like I should have had those wonders. I really do. We're just going to be bitter for the rest of the game. It's the only way. That rice, extra food, that's going to be something that's really quite handy. We just picked up 2 sources of gold. So going into exploration, we can buy our buildings much cheaper. And we've got a lot more marble as well. Significant chunks more marble. We've got more camels. Loads of really cool stuff. Everyone's very unhappy with me. Ignore that. You don't need to worry about being happy. The game's about to end. What an eventful yet completely uneventful age. Quite peaceful. A very bad crisis for me, a slight slip up, and a missed wonder means that we end with 11 points rather than 12. However, we can really see the growth changes making a massive difference, especially with the amount of specialists we're getting, and we need to keep that in mind as we go into the next stage, because exploration, well, the food is only going to get stronger. Pachacuti does seem to be a very powerful leader. I think you know who we're going to be going with next time. I think you know that it can only be one civ. We've really got to test to see how they play. But you're going to have to wait until next time to see how that goes. That will forever haunt me. 9 points for Tubman, 7 for Rizal, 5 for Lafayette, 4 for Hatshepsut. But I think the Distant Land civs must have claimed quite a few wonders in that one. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate all your support. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subscribes. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Clibben Ferdas, Poppy Dude, The Nickerman, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Toon General, Kappa Yobby Barani, The Uncivil Engineer, Radiatore, Debo91, Mushkin Mandeltort, Pete, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedge, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy's Ursa, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Vu, Kovawoo, Legally Trash, Sortadutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Dan Jamo, Bob Tway, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley, JB Genius, Arctic Fox, Eggshark, Bookaluk79. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!